And I'll just hold it. How? Where do I hold it? How's it going, guys? Welcome to our first Q&A. We just thought it'd be a good idea for you to get to know the people behind Phoenix Capital, a bit more about us, and also for us to share some info that clearly people want to know before they begin to trade. Not everything is about trading though, so even if you're not interested in trading, you might find something valuable. So let's get into it.
Right, so Delijah has asked, what is your favourite thing about trading, and what would you say to an 18-year-old beginner?
My favourite thing about trading is the challenge. Well and truly is the challenge. It's tough. Like, anyone that does it knows it's tough, bro. And I've always liked to challenge, so definitely say it's my favourite thing. You could say freedom, all of this stuff, but really that gets boring eventually. The challenge keeps it always fun. You never know where it's actually going to go, you're just predicting. So I'd definitely say my challenge. What would I say to someone that's 18 and starting out? I would say, think deeply. Is it something you really, really want to do? Because it's going to take everything you've got, bro. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and you have to be ready to give it everything times 10. So think deeply before you do it.
And I think for me, my favourite thing is just the feeling of constant progression, that there's always something to learn. Like, you could, be an incredibly profitable trader making 7 figures a month, but there's still going to be progression for you. So, yeah, just that really. And what would I say to an 18-year-old beginner? Like Roman said, just really ask yourself, is this what you want to do? Because trading is one of them things that you need to love. Like, you need to love watching the charts. You need to love being behind the screen. You need to love putting the hours in. So I think that's the biggest question you really need to ask yourself.
Okay, so question number 2 is from Suhaib. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me know if not, bro. And it's, what is your favourite trading view tool? Now, it's a bit of a difficult one because I like to keep my charts very just clean, smooth. I don't add anything. However, there is one indicator that I do really like to use. It's called the fixed range tool. It's an indicator, and you put it from the top to the bottom of a movement, and it identifies where was the most orders placed, and it also shows you where's the least orders placed. So you can see imbalances, and you can kind of use that to pick out good reversal points, because you can see imbalances, order blocks, all of that kind of stuff. So I'd definitely say a fixed range tool. Look it up. You can probably type it on YouTube, get some tutorials. Yeah, that's my definite favourite tool.
Yeah, and for me, I can't really say I have a favourite tool exactly. I've always liked, quite nice empty charts, like, not covered in lines here and there, not covered. I've always liked it clean, but personally, I can't say I have a favourite tool. Okay, so next question. Cam Phil has asked, other than trading, what do you believe your destiny is?
Other than trading, what do I believe my destiny is? Okay.
Big question.
I guess I've always wanted to start my own charity. That's a big one. So I think, and actually I was given, as a kid, I was given this mathematical gift. I never ever had to work for maths. I didn't try in school in the slightest, and it would still be A-star in maths. So I was definitely given some sort of maths gift. So my destiny is definitely something to do with trading, investing, all of that kind of stuff, working with numbers. But other than trading, I would say it's to help elevate the consciousness of the planet. So for me, the big one is rebuilding the rainforests. Being able to fund a charity and start rebuilding the rainforest, what we have just ruined. Because I do believe us humans, we are literally a virus to the planet. Like, look at what we're doing. So yeah, sure. Definitely helping to rebuild the rainforests and helping to clean the oceans as 2 big ones. And also to teach trading as much as I can, because I know I'm a decent teacher as well. Then other people can actually fulfill their own potential. That's everything.
Me personally, I wouldn't exactly say my destiny has anything to do with trading. Trading is simply a tool for me to be able to fulfill my destiny, and I don't really have an end goal of what I want to achieve. I just want to help as much as people as possible along the way, freeing as many people as I can. Just making life easier for others. Trying to prevent struggles, and yeah, just helping as many people as I can. Okay, so next question. Bram Barrett has asked, what do you love the most about being your own boss? For me, I started I've done a few jobs, you know, through my years. I'm 22 now, getting close to 23. But at 20, I started working at a law firm. It's a job I actually, you know, I didn't hate. I didn't hate it at all. I actually quite enjoyed it. You know, I got a decent pay for my age. But the whole fact of working a 9 to 5, you know, I mean, I don't have a problem with authority exactly, but I guess I do at the same time because I'd much rather, like, you know, answer to myself than to somebody else. I'd much rather grow something of my own, or, you know, with someone. So for me, the thing I love the most is just the freedom. I mean, we still follow like fairly strict routines anyway, because obviously you need to create a successful business and to be successful, really, anyway. But yeah, it's just the freedom. Like, I mean, like, look where we are. We're currently living in Bali, 21, 22. Been here for 2 months now. I don't plan on going home anytime soon. So this is exactly what I love about being my own boss.
Okay. For me, then, I last worked any kind of 9 5, anything like that, when I was, I think, 17. I had an apprenticeship at Santander doing customer service, and I hated it. I had to travel, you know, 2 hours every day on a train to Leicester and back to Tamworth. So that was really long. And then I'd be late most days, and I'd have someone telling me off. I've always hated, you know, since school, I've always hated someone trying to tell me what I should do. I've always made my own decisions. Don't care what anyone else thinks. Don't care about their opinions. But I'd say the best thing is definitely that freedom and responsibility. But it's a double-sided thing, because right, I've got all the freedom in the world, but if I decide to be lazy, then it comes back on me. No one's going to be there to keep me in check and say, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. I have to do that myself. So it's not an easy thing, but I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, so next question. Carolyn has asked, how long does it take to become confident enough to trade on your own?
And before we answer this question, Mom, you will never be a trader. I will not let that happen. It's way, way, way too stressful for you. So don't ever think about that. But thank you for the question. So how long does it take to be, is it profitable?
To become confident enough to trade on your own.
To become confident enough to trade on your own? I mean, there's no length of time. One rule I've always stuck to for years is that time means nothing. It's not a length of time, it's a length of action. I might do in 1 year what's going to take you 5 years. So is it time or is it action? And also, it's different for everyone. You know, if you've got a mentor that's already doing what you want to do, and then he's going to help you along the way, it's going to be quicker than someone who's trial and erroring in the market with no real knowledge. So it's a very hard question. There's not really a time on it, but I would say it is definitely possible if you have a good team, a mentor, all of this, and you put the work in. You can do it within a year. I would say that.
Okay, my answer for this one. So my first ever trading experience was actually with Phoenix, which is kind of crazy to think about. Obviously, I knew Roman from, you know, where we live, and school, even though there's a bit of an age gap. But yeah, so my first trading experience was with Phoenix back in early 2020. So my trading journey myself has only been, you know, a year and a half, really. My part in Phoenix is, you know, the business growth, the social media, the marketing, looking after the members. So that's my main part in Phoenix. But personally, for me, I think after a year of trading, a year of learning, studying, you know, knowing exactly like the way I want to trade, the technique, I think, yeah, probably a year is when I first started to feel confident placing trades on a live account and actually taking the FTMO challenge and, I mean, getting on with that. So yeah. Okay, so next question. Stephen Tether has asked, what is your end goal? I think for me, I'm just going to answer this real quick because I kind of mentioned it in a previous question. I don't really have a specific end goal. I just want to help as many people as possible and free as many people as I can during my time. So that's really just my main goal.
Okay, so I have a bit of an end goal. I'm sure when I get there, I'll decide, hold on, this isn't the end, I want more. But I have a bit of an end goal. I've always wanted to compete with the banks. That sounds crazy, but if you look at the banks, they give you 0.1% interest a year, and it's ridiculous, bro. because they must be making at least 10% a year, and they give you 0.1%.
Yeah, it's nothing.
So eventually, I want to have my own hedge fund, which will act like a bank. So you'll have savings accounts, ISAs, all this kind of stuff, and you put the money in it. It's locked in it. I'll trade it, and obviously it'll be low risk. But if I could return, 5% a month, that would still be, 60% plus a year, when you're currently getting 0.1. Even if I only return 10% a year, it seems like there's such room for that competition. But I'm scared to do that because I'm sure the banks would probably kill me.
Okay, Ben O'Connor has asked, what was your turning point that caused profitability?
Okay. For me, I'd say my biggest turning point was over a year ago now. The very, very start of the first lockdown. I really, really spent ages back testing, and not just back testing a bunch of different strategies, because then I was just using multiple strategies at once, not knowing which one's performing better than which. So I was still profitable, but it wasn't as consistent, it wasn't as controlled. So I spent a lot of time in that first lockdown just back testing, getting data so I could then analyze it and work out what's doing the best, what's doing the worst, where can we improve. That absolutely elevated my game, and I would advise everyone else to do the same.
Okay, so the next question is from Jay Lawrence, and he has asked, what is your dream car and the place to live? One car I've always said I wanted was a G-Wagon. So I think I don't think it'd be my first purchase. I think I really also want a McLaren, but at some point, in a few years, I'm gonna have both. That's the cars I want. Dream place to live. Personally, for me, I mean, Bali is incredible. Like, I've never been to a place that I love this much. So Bali is definitely a place I want to have. My own house. I want to build a house out here in the future. But when it gets to that time of settling down, raising children, I think Australia would be a really good location. It's close to Bali, and I just think Australia is just England with way better quality of life. Just anywhere but England, honestly, anywhere.
So my dream car has to be Lamborghini Urus. Has been for a while. I even posted on my personal Instagram, I'll see you in 2023 when I buy the Lambo. I'm still going to do that. Might even be 2022, we'll see. But yeah, definitely Lamborghini Urus. After that, there's not a second. It's just Lamborghini Urus.
Yeah.
And my dream place to live. It's a difficult one because I don't want to live. I won't be living in one place. My goal, what I'm going to do, is have a place in Bali, a place in maybe a couple places in America, a place in UK, a place in Spain. Loads of different places, and I will just go from one place to the other depending on the weather and this and that. So like Bali, when it's rainy season, I'm not going to be here. I'll be in Dubai or Spain or somewhere else. But Bali has to be my favourite, to be honest. I think I'll spend most of my time in Bali, like say 3 months here and then 1 or 2 months in the other places. So yeah, definitely Bali. I'm already here. I'm already living in my dream place. So
For sure,
forever grateful for that.
Sure. Okay, next question. Renee has asked, how do strategies work and how can you make or find one?
Okay, so when I was on about my biggest turning point, and I said I did a lot of back testing. So this is how you will find a strategy. How does it work? How does a strategy work? For me, like Ray Dalio said in his book Principles, a strategy has to be something where you can write it down in simple principles, and it can be written and just copied, printed, put into an algorithm, imagine. So for me, a strategy is literally, this happens, this happens, this happens, I enter the trade. Yeah. That's it. No emotion, no nothing, no judgment, just did that happen? Yeah. Did that happen? Yeah. Did that happen? Yeah. Get in the trade. How do you find that? Back testing. You might have no idea what strategy you want to do. Just write down ideas on paper, test it. Test it, that's it. That's what I did. I didn't have any strategy to base it off at the beginning. First, I tried consolidation breakout. It's okay for a little bit. And I went through a load of different ones until what I've got now is incredible. So that's what I'd do.
I don't think exactly what strategy you trade is is the important thing. I think it's all about how effectively you can trade your strategy. You need to be at a position trading your strategy where you can literally enter a trade without second guessing yourself, like with discipline. You need to be like, boom, yeah, that's it. That's met every requirement, I'm in. And if you lose, you shouldn't be emotionally affected by it because you met your strategy. You know your strategy is successful through backtesting. You know you're going to be profitable long term, so it shouldn't matter. So I think that's the most important thing when it comes to finding your strategy. Like I say, it's not too important what strategy you trade, but maybe, you know, through your time, try a few different strategies to see maybe if you have increased profitability in one. But if you do find a strategy quite early on that, you know, is really giving you some good results, just stick with it, test it, you know, just have the experience for it, and you're sorted. Okay, so the last question is, what's the reason you trade Forex over stocks and crypto? My short answer for this is I came across Forex first. I think personally it suits my personality. Um, yeah, that's my short. I know you're gonna have a lot more to say than me, but that's my personal answer.
First of all, crypto has not been around that long. When I first got into trading in, I think, 2013, crypto was literally the beginning stage. I didn't know what crypto was, but so I wouldn't have been trading that. However, I do trade crypto. It's just not something we day trade. I still send crypto analysis into the Discord. So we do trade crypto, but I understand what you're saying. We day trade FX. That's because FX is something you can very easily day trade. So you can enter a trade and be out of that trade in an hour. You can't really do that with stocks. I mean, you can, but it's just not very known. You don't really do that. Stocks, there's a bit more fundamental than technical, whereas with FX, it's a lot of technical with obviously some fundamental. But me, I'm heavy technical. I don't care about fundamentals. As long as I can read the technical, I can read the chart, I can predict where it's going to go. So FX suits me more. In the future, once crypto is way bigger, and less not volatile, but yeah, less volatile, so it's not just random mad moves, we will definitely day trade crypto as well, because I do feel like it will become a lot bigger. But yeah, for now, mainly FX, and I love FX. It's a lot easier to predict it based on technicals than something like stocks or crypto. That's why. Okay, so that's everything for the questions, guys. Thank you to everyone that asked a question. I'm sure in the future we'll do more of these. Please, if you did like the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come, especially now we're in Bali. And also, we've got the Discord in the description. So if you're interested in trading at all, click the link in the description and you'll have us as free mentors for life. We're never going to charge for the free analysis. Okay, that's everything for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. We'll see you next time.